Hi, I'm Scott Webber. This is Mad About History, and this is the Minoan Palace at Malia. When you come to Crete, everyone goes to Knossos, the biggest of all of the Minoan palaces. But if you come to Malia, you're going to find something even more special. You're going to find an ancient site that hasn't been touched that much by modern hands. It hasn't been reconstructed like Knossos was by Sir Arthur Evans back in the early 1900s. The history of the site is very similar to Knossos. There's evidence of Neolithic activity at Malia around 6000 BC, with the first palaces being built around 1900 BC. That's known as the Proto-Palatial period. Then around 1700, like Knossos, huge earthquakes and natural disasters destroyed many of the palaces on Crete, Malia being one of them. Then around 1700, after the destruction, maybe 1650, the second palaces were built on top of those proto-palaces. And this is known as the Neo-Palatial period. And it's from 1700-ish to around 1415. And that's when the Minoan civilization reached its peak, its zenith. The palace at Malia, like all the other palaces on Crete, came to a destructive end around 1450. Now, there's a lot of scholarly debate about how it came to an end, but it's probably a mixture of earthquake, natural disasters, and invasion by the Mycenaeans, the ancient Greeks from mainland Greece. This is when the Mycenaeans took full control of the island of Crete and the Minoan civilization. We see this in artifacts like the Linear B tablets that we found at Knossos and around Crete, which show that the Mycenaean language came to dominate the area, the land of Crete, which shows, in my mind, the conquering of the Minoan people by the Mycenaeans. Whereas Knossos was reoccupied by the Mycenaeans, Malia was not. It was left unoccupied. Well, there is evidence of Linear B on jars, pithoi, but it shows that instead of Knossos, which was then reused as an administrative center for the Mycenaeans, they really used that palace at Knossos. Malia might have just been used as some form of trade outpost, somewhere to store jars and things like that, but it was never really occupied.